All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Rise and Grind. Happy Monday. We got Shiv Arone in the building. I don't know how we did it. We shipped him in from Miami. You got get a close up on him. Look at this guy. Now that's a sight you want to be seeing on Monday, baby. That's what you want to be seeing on Monday. I'm flying blind like you today, Shiv. I don't have anything in front of me, so. Is this how you feel?
I hate
this.
It's horrible. Megan's like, we're not giving you a login for that. they're like, we're not going to let you have access to live streaming materials.
Yeah, we can't do that.
That's it. I mean, you guys still haven't given me a door code. Like, I have to knock every time I want to get in here.
Dude, if I gave you a door code, the amount of things that would happen in this office when it's out of hours, I couldn't even imagine. But so super quickly, I don't know if this is on the topic list, Meg, but Jacqueline pointed out to me yesterday that on Instagram it says friends now. So instead of it being followers and following, it's friends and followers.
We
had talked about that a few weeks ago on Rise and Grind, because they're measuring.
Brought this up, but
because what they're doing is they're measuring the amount of mutual follows you have. So not just the amount of people that are following you, but who you follow back, and considering that your quote unquote friend. And they're using that as an engagement metric now. So as you see, and you might not see it because I think it's slowly rolling out to people.
I looked at Shiv's and it's only me and his mother. Friends with him.
Megan,
that's sweet.
Megan just said it so nicely though. She was like, "You might not see it. You're not big enough to see it."
No, it's a slow rollout, so not everyone sees it at the same time. But it is really interesting. It's very Facebook-like.
I don't know if that's a good thing though. Because I feel like there should be a difference in the two of them, you know?
Yeah. Well, I look at Facebook like the platform for family and friends, and like Instagram for me is more of like a mix where it's like it's family, friends, and then like some people that like, obviously, colleagues, I'll call it, and like people that like you like to follow or like influencers. And then TikTok is just like, I know nobody. Like TikTok is like just like doom scroll for me.
Well, when you think about all these influencers that have thousands and thousands of followers, their ratio is going to be so off, right? Because you're not going to follow back every single. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't follow the millions back that follow me.
Don't right now.
No.
You're not following the millions back right now.
No.
And also, because my ADHD brain is going, Kanye West is back. Did you guys see him?
Apparently.
He was at, I forget where he just played recently. Yeah, SoFi. He like apparently tore the doors off that place.
80,000.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, he's back. My man's back. Rob's trying to get tickets. It's
I would go see Kanye.
Yeah.
That'd be a good show.
Did you see the other controversy about the British thing? Like
No.
He was supposed to headline a festival in England.
Oh.
And there was a bunch of sponsors that pulled because of him.
Oh.
But they also, I think the UK banned his visa from entering the country, so that they canceled that entire festival.
Oh my gosh!
It would have been crazy if he just virtualed in, and like people still went to go see it, and they virtualed in, like, and they still like made it happen. Interesting. Yeah, that's the thing, because like there was I don't know who it was, but a record label signed him. So he just got signed by somebody.
Wow.
And then now he's touring, obviously, again, and he's going out and he's touring. And the fact that he got 80K in a building, like, pretty quickly.
2 nights in a row.
I know, pretty quickly. And then some of the clips from the show were him, like, stopping the show in the middle because he didn't like the way the music set was rolling out. So he stopped the show.
Was that the one with his daughter? His daughter was?
No, he's like, everything started, and then he was like, hold up, do it again. And then did it again, and I don't know what was off, but you know how his mind works, where he's like super like detailed. So fast forward, he did it like 2 or 3 more times, and then eventually did it. And I can't remember if it was Flashing Lights, that song, or which one it was. But he kept having his like AV and like his whole whatever like IT team keep like changing and stopping, and it's just it's like crazy to be like an audience for that. Like sitting there in the audience where the artist is just like, yo, stop everything, stop. It gets dead quiet. He's like, do that again. Like, it's just crazy,
That is crazy.
You see him like in every set, like he would stop and you would hear, like you could hear the song clearly being sung by the crowd. And I'm just like,
well, he put out fire beats, man. He put out some fire beats in his day. You know what blew my mind though? So like, because he likes to compare himself to like Da Vinci and like Picasso and all these other people that were existing in his own lane. And it's so crazy though, because all those people lost their minds in a way, right? And so did he. But in a lot of his music, he predicted his future. So like the other day, like his song came on, Flashing Lights, and it's like essentially talking about like him coming in and seeing somebody with his kids and like his wife, and the cops coming because he had to jump in on that, and like, divorce and all that stuff like that. Like everything that he just recently went through is pretty much in flashing lights, and it's just like
it's
crazy.
All the lights.
Oh, sorry, all the lights. Sorry, all the lights. But so anyway, but it's just like wild to think about that.
That is crazy. That's great things. Just throwing that out there.
But also, it's like Dave Portnoy just put out a book, Try and Cancel Me If You Can, or Cancel Me If You Can, right? Because there was so many times where people tried to cancel Dave Portnoy, tried, like with women, Me Too stuff, all the way through like just crazy corporate crap. And it's so crazy that like the dude like just hasn't, like he's bulletproof, right? He's like cancer proof. So he made that book, Cancel Me If You Can.
If you don't care.
Correct. And I think with Kanye, the thing that I think about though is obviously is he went away for a while after that like terrible stuff that you were saying anti-Semitically, and then literally disappeared. But then now that he came back, like the people who like his music still like his music.
What was
his music's fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the thing they all said? It's like if you take the art away from the artist, the art's still amazing,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, and he's probably arguably one of the best musicians of the last 25 years. I can't think of 5 better, like art-wise. I can't.
But have you heard Drake?
I'm like, I know so many musicians.
It's like, who Fred again is?
Yeah, I'm like, hello.
But he, yeah. So anyway, super
we'll
controversial.
talk about Fred again not being a musician later.
Yeah. So, you're gonna offend Megan.
You need to leave the building right now.
I love Fred again. I just don't consider DJs musicians.
Oh my God. You've never been to a Fred again show.
I literally went to the one in Brooklyn like a month ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. What's wrong with you, shit? We're gonna have words after this.
So you're saying, so because some DJs, like, I think there's a difference between like if you're a DJ at a club and a bar and you're just spinning like, Jay-Z and Kanye West and like, Sandstorm. But like if you're an artist,
backtrack that. I don't.
And by the way, I don't really listen to Fred again. I'm just saying generally. I know like there are DJs, as an example, that create like Avicii. Like Avicii, is he technically? Would that be a composer? I don't know.
Well, you see them, right? Their boards are like as big as this table, and they're clipping all of these different sounds, and then they're like knowing exactly where, like everything, every little sound
but
is
I'm not
pieced
even talking
together.
about on game day, right? I'm talking about like Avicii created all of the sounds you're hearing, right? But to your point, I mean, he gathered the artists that sang on the songs. But to your point, he's not like playing a drum; he's clicking a button that has a drum on it.
But then again,
is that what you're saying?
No, I'm going to backtrack because I think I was a little out of line on that.
Shiv.
We might need to switch seats. No, but you are right. They are, when you really think about it, they are putting together music. I don't think about it. I think about like a Kanye because Kanye did it. Kanye did the same thing. Kanye was making beats long before he was ever rapping.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about Kanye. When I said Kanye is one of the top 5 of the last 25 years, think about it. He was doing it all. He was making the beats.
Yep.
He was rapping and singing on them.
True.
And he was producing the entire song. And he was getting, just like Avicii did, he was getting, everybody else, on it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he ran, what was it? Yeezus Records.
Yeah.
So
whatever that was.
Listen, it was for a while, you know.
Well, when you think about the shoes alone, right? I actually never ever bought the Yeezy shoes, but everybody and their mother had them.
Yeah.
You had them, didn't you, Rob?
Yeah, I still have them.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like everybody, not everybody knew, but I saw, and then even to the point where I remember like if I went to like the doctor's office, all the nurses were wearing Yeezys all the time too.
Really?
Not even kidding. Like,
gosh.
Very frequent.
I've heard, like, I never had one, but I've heard they were very comfortable shoes. Rob, want to weigh in?
Yeah, they're comfortable.
See? So
nice.
It's
I don't know, but either way, when you think about it, it's just nuts. Anyway, back.
Apologize. Sorry.
Yeah, get back.
Fred again.
Just
you're a real musician.
Yeah, thank you for that. I would have been really offended. Did you guys see the Artemis landing?
No.
Did you watch any part of that? We sent astronauts to the moon and
I
back.
didn't watch anything. No.
Can we do that? Like 60 years ago?
My gosh!
I knew we sent them, but so they're back. They're good. They're healthy.
They landed on Friday, and I highly recommend going to NASA's YouTube channel and watching that entire experience. It was so incredible to see them.
Did you watch it live?
Yes, of course. Every single day we watched it live. Like before bed, me and Chris would sit there
Love that.
and watch it live. And it was incredible to see the science behind it. But also the amount of tech needed, like they couldn't land on the moon. They were just doing a flyby to see, like, is it safe to land on the moon? And then the actual Rob's like, this is all fake. It was all a production. People are saying that it could have been a production, but they're saying that the first moon landing was also a production because I mean, you needed all of this technology today. Think about that, like 50, 60 years back. Like, did we really just land
they say
like
they
that?
say we have more tech in our phones than that ship did.
Yeah. So, right. So how
Yeah.
is that even possible? But yeah, I highly recommend watching it. I mean, when you think about an astronaut, you think of someone who's very science driven, right? So they don't really speak emotionally. To hear them up there looking at the moon saying like, it's so amazing. I feel like it's an out of body experience that like my brain can't even comprehend what I'm looking at. And then to see the pictures that they took, incredible.
Right.
I'm just saying, Megan got very conspiracy theory over there, and we should continue down this route. The views will explode. This is it.
Rob's got to sit in on it.
Go viral, guys.
Well, Rob, I don't know if you know this, but Rob is a flat earther.
I knew it. You can tell. The beard alone, you can tell.
Rob's a flat earther.
It's like I just stopped to charge my car, and so I'm like going through threads.
Yeah.
Because X won't let me log in right now.
Mm.
And I'm like going through threads, and one person goes, flat earthers be like, they grab a beer out of the fridge and be like, it's 5 o'clock everywhere.
Rob, that's kind of accurate.
5 o'clock everywhere. Dude, I love that. I love that shit. Fucking, that's
Clip
great.
that, please.
I love that. That's the one. Get the timestamps. Get the timestamps rolling there. But
oh my gosh.
But anyway, pretty wild though, and that's pretty cool. I'm
It is.
definitely gonna watch that today.
Watch it.
Megan was saying though, like her and Chris were watching that every night. I'm just thinking like, wow, we live very different lives.
Yeah, we probably do.
Yeah. She doesn't know what the weather is the next day, but she's watching astronauts flying through the sky.
I mean, how could you? I'm surprised you missed it. It was.
Listen, that's accurate.
Listen, it was such a cool
I'm with you on that.
thing to see.
Megan was probably watching and like, do you guys see a storm front moving in over New Jersey?
But you know, the thing is this, like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I think this weekend, I try to be like super unplugged with the Fam Jam.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, and I was super successful at doing it. I really wasn't on my phone until like late Sunday night. But I'm sure if I get all my news now from like TikTok.
Mm.
So like if I was scrolling for a second on TikTok, I probably would have known that this was happening.
Now, let me ask you a question though. Do you believe everything you see on TikTok sometimes, or do you go out and have to verify it?
I verify everything. I almost probably believe nothing. The only thing that TikTok does for me is make me go to Amazon and look at products. Literally.
Well,
like
there was you guys now. I'm now actively on the TikTok shop.
So I don't shop on TikTok shop. I like to, because like listen, like at the end of the day, it's like because like I'm a millennial, right? I'm so native to Amazon. So like perfect example. I keep seeing this on TikTok where it's like there's this commercial grade what the heck's it called? Shop vac, right? That you can clean your cars with. And you mount it to your wall, and it's like this box, and it's super simple to install. Anyway, but the hose goes 30 feet out.
Oh, wow.
So it goes far.
Wow.
And it has really good suction. So I keep seeing it everywhere. And obviously, like, you know, I'm like cars. So I'm like, this is really cool. So we go on TikTok, and it's like, oh, TikTok shop. And I'm like, all right, let me see if this is on Amazon. So I went on Amazon, and it was on Amazon. So I was like, okay, cool.
Pricing is like pretty similar.
No, TikTok shop is way cheaper.
Yeah.
It's like way cheaper.
It's like the Temu of anything.
It's freaking crazy.
You've bought off TikTok shop, right? I'm like looking at it, but I've never actually pulled the trigger on buying anything yet. And I want to know what the quality's like. See,
for me, it's more of, it's silly. I guess in this case, it's silly not to shop on TikTok shop if you see a product you like, because I have looked and compared, and out of 3 products, Amazon was significantly higher.
Really?
Like significantly. Like there was an example. I don't know if you guys ever see this, or I just get deployed car shit all the time. But literally, there's this thing where it's like a blower, so that instead of you having to hand dry your car,
I've seen that.
It's like this green handle thing.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and I'm like, all right, this because on TikTok shop it's like $20, $15. It was like $80 on Amazon.
The same exact one.
I don't know, but that's the problem. I don't know, like, you know.
But I feel like
bigger motors and it's stronger.
Right. So I don't know, but either way, it's like significantly less. And I'm like, damn, if I don't have to dry my car, all I got to do is do this thing real quick. That's sick. But I don't know. Are we getting let up right now?
No.
Okay, you gave a look.
No.
I know Megan's faces.
No, I was just thinking about because Amazon has so many fees.
They do, right.
Amazon has so many fees, and that's actually one of my topics. They're adding another fee for sellers, a 3.5% fuel charge right now because gas is so expensive. So I don't know, prices are probably going to go up even more on Amazon. Yeah. Whereas TikTok Shop, I don't think they take a fee. If they do, it's very small.
Well, but it's also different though. Like for TikTok Shop, I don't know if it's one of those things where we gotta look this up because Amazon, like, okay, Amazon charges a boatload of fees. But like, I'm getting my damn shit tomorrow.
Yeah, I was thinking about this last week. So I had to. My flight was Friday, and I need stuff for the wedding I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night, I'm ordering things, and it's like saying April 21st.
What?
Yeah, like.
Because of this.
What's the one shirt website? Charles Tirrett. You ever heard of it? Tirrett?
Yeah.
April 21st. If I did rush shipping, it was like April 14th, and I'm like, it's April 4th right now. Like,
right.
And I'm like, how is everyone not been able to figure out the Amazon logistics yet? Because it's been over a decade of this 2-day shipping, and it's less than 2 days most of the time.
Yeah.
Now, if I order something on Amazon, it says 2 days later. I'm like, where is this coming from?
Yeah, why is this taking so long? Well, I have the Amazon warehouse, legitimatately probably 5 minutes from my house. Sometimes I'll order things and I'll have it at my house within like a couple hours.
Yeah, that's amazing. So it says TikTok Shop, the fees are like 6 to 9%, but Amazon's can range from 8 to 15 plus percent plus the fuel charge. So they're taking almost 20%.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next topic. Gen Z spending a lot less on weddings. How much do you think they're spending compared to?
Well, that's her favorite Gen Z.
I'm not Gen Z. She's younger than I am.
I'm kidding. Chip.
I got married already, though. So.
It's true. By the way, really quick. Don't. I don't want to get off track here for a second. But so Jacqueline has been busting my chops, and my sister and my mother. Because I bought On Clouds at your wedding because I forgot like walking shoes and we were all walking at the before and after it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but they're falling apart right now. Like they're like really falling apart. But so they're like my house shoes, like messing around like outside, like whatever. Like I'm doing like yard stuff.
Yeah.
Like anyway, so they're starting to be like a little like hole in it because I was riding the bike and the freaking kickstand like essentially cut open a little hole in my shoe.
But you're not
getting rid of them? Throw it out. I'm like, these are not even that old. Like, and also they're just around the house. Like, if they're there to be messy. She's like, you bought those at Megan's wedding, and I'm here today to ask you, when the hell was that? How long ago?
2021. So 5 years.
So my 5 years. Dang.
You guys been married for 5 years already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She has a lot of gray hair, but she covers it because Chris.
It's blonde. So my hair gets bleached.
Just kidding. But anyway, so back to the topic: spending less on weddings. What do you think it is, Shiv?
You know what's funny is like I see people, they come to us.
Well, you just were at a wedding.
Yeah.
Were they Gen Z or millennial?
No, they're millennial. They're older than me. They spent a pretty penny.
Yeah, it looked like it.
It was at the Miami Biltmore.
Yeah, it looked like it.
So they spent a pretty penny. They, like, and no one talks about all the little hidden costs that went along with it. Mm-hmm. So the Biltmore is, it's a big wedding destination down in Miami. Mm-hmm. So there was multiple weddings happening and multiple people booked there. Mm-hmm. So there were side hotels too that they had just for the overflow. So they paid for shuttles for that.
Yeah.
The welcome dinner the night before, that was open bar for about 150 people. Mm-hmm. You're talking about, that's a 5-figure bill right there.
Yep.
At least.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm not going to go out and say what I think they paid.
Yeah. Well, no. So this is the problem. So this is a good thing why we have you, because Shiv and I are so high context.
I know.
Like it was like
just guess.
Shiv, what do you think?
Just guess.
What do you think Gen Z pays? Like, well, I was at a wedding and I saw flowers, and there were shuttles.
He's adding it up in his head, line item. But
he's going the millennial route, not the Gen Z route. I'm admiring it because I do the same thing.
I would say Gen Z is going.
He's on ChatGPT now.
No, it's Megan's husband currently texting me, and he goes, "Indian weddings don't count."
That's true. Yo, Indian weddings, pop off.
So it's crazy.
And they're multiple days, aren't they?
Yeah, 4 days.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Before answer the question first.
I would say Gen Z spending around 50.
50. Yeah. That's a solid conservative. But again, you have to think about this. So like, I remember when I got married in 2017, right? I think everybody here was in diapers at that point. But when I got married in 2017, literally at the time, we did like a big wedding. And at the time I had a bunch of like my sister and like some of Jack's friends were just like saying like it was a post wedding and they were just like, yeah, like, I don't think I want a big wedding. Like I want something smaller. And that's when I at least first started to hear people be like, I don't want a big wedding. So I always grew up like the woman wants a beautiful big wedding and like, you make it happen shit. And fast forward, like since then, I feel like it's been on the decline. So my guess to that would be between 10,000 and I want to say max 20.
Yeah, so 23,000, just about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you getting married for
23,000? And well, I actually just heard, I was at a little get together yesterday, and one of the girls just recently got married, and she grabbed 10 of her family, 10 of her husband's family. They went to they had a house in Maine that they went to. And they had a small wedding, and it was like the picture perfect day, and that was it. And she was like, the hardest part is choosing how to cut down your guest list, because that's why it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Think about it. You just said 150 people you're paying for an open bar. That's a lot. That's a
Side
lot
note. On that note, I'll never forget the first friend I had in high school that got married. Never forget this. I was like friends with her. Like we were in the same crew, like everywhere. And me and the guys in that group didn't get invited to her wedding, right? And we were like, yo, what the like we were friends, we've all been friends since like early middle school, right? Like so it was like real like hurtful. We're like, damn. And then when I got married and I realized that like because my parents were like phenomenal, love them, but they were like the ones like, hey, I want to invite my friends and my friend's uncle's goldfish. And I'm like, who is that guy? Like, like who is this guy? Like, so, but you start to realize that after the fact with weddings, because like you said, the hidden cost, but it's like, that's why it makes sense to do that, because it's like, like, I don't know. Like when you think about your wedding, right? What was your favorite part about your wedding?
I don't know. The whole day was pretty neat.
No, you had one part.
It was
one
pretty
part.
neat.
You understand he's looking for a very specific answer.
Yeah, I don't know what answer you're looking for.
No, but this is my point, right? So like,
because the whole thing was nice, but like, I definitely could have just eloped too. Like that would have been totally fine.
Do you wish, like, if you go back and get that money back, would you do it?
100%.
Really?
100%. Yeah, definitely,
so
definitely. Because the thing is, it's like I'm a very like I am a big like quality time type of person, and our wedding was great, but you're pulled in so many directions. Like on such a special day, I think I saw Chris for like 10 minutes until like it was over, right? So yeah, I definitely would. I don't know. Like my sister keeps talking about it too. My sister's like, I would elope. Like, and I think that just like as the generations get younger and younger, I think you said it last week, people want to go on vacations instead of like getting big fancy rings nowadays.
Yeah, that's the newest thing.
Right?
I heard that. But now people are not doing fancy rings, or well, I'm gonna say not, but apparently the Gen Z generation is wanting to do vacations and like big things over the fancy rings. But listen, at the end of the day, I think like people are just generally admiring experiences more than spending money on things like that. Because when you think about it, when you boil it down, right, a wedding is a beautiful day. It's amazing. Like if I was to do it again, I would probably do it the same way we did it initially. But I definitely see people's perspective of it being, a big dinner with an open bar. And, it's like, this is the thing. It's like people historically, like when you look at the value of weddings, like people, the dad was giving away the daughter to the husband so that like, okay, now you're going to take care of my daughter. And publicly his friends and their families were getting together to watch you give away your daughter. And at the end of the day, as time went on from whenever that started forever ago to now, like, I think the whole value aspect of like, the people in that room meaning anything just dwindled, right? Because like the people that were in the room at my wedding, I would say I probably like see and like communicate with probably like 60% of those people, right? Which is a lot.
Yeah.
Most people probably 20% or less. And so realistically, it's like to have all these people just come see and party and you pay for people to get drunk and wasted at your big day or whatever. Like, it's interesting, right? So it's like at the end of the day, I could see that perspective now, where it's like people are just like, hey, I don't need a big ass wedding. I don't need a big ass ring and blah, blah, blah. Like, I would rather just, because again, also keep in mind, Gen Z are now facing, it's like the hardest time in the world to buy a house.
Well, so it's like financial security. Yeah. Some people are like, I'd rather buy a house than have a wedding.
The wedding. But you have to remember, right? So everybody has different, financial situations, right? But if you don't have a wedding, right, and you don't have a lot of people, you're not going to make that wedding money. So the thing that I would recommend to people, because I am a business guy, right, and I think that way, is do a freaking big wedding in like a backyard somewhere, right? Or at one of your family's house, do a barbecue, throw Rob on the barbecue, get everybody the stomach virus, right? Everyone will lose weight the next couple of days. And then look how pissed he gets. He knows it's true. Instant salmonella poisoning.
Is Rob like really prideful about his grilling?
Oh, he thinks he's the best. Rob is the Kanye of grilling. He thinks nobody thinks Rob's better than Rob.
When we have the new
not a single human thinks that you're a better chef than Rob thinks that he's a better chef than Rob. I'm busting your balls by me. But anyway.
Did you see the one meme I sent you last week?
Which one?
And it was, is there a bigger skill gap between Tiger Woods' golf game and Tiger Woods' driving? Is that what it is? Is there a bigger skill gap between Rob's videography and his cooking? I love you, Rob. I love you so much more than I love John.
Listen, we got to get the camera on Rob. So I'm going to start filming Rob. That's it. I'm going to start shooting on Rob.
My one question is now, so like Megan says she'd do it a different way. Do you guys think that there's people that elope that wish they did it the other way around?
Probably. Listen, like people at the end of the day, man, it's like, why do people feel that way, right? People feel that way if they don't have the financial means to do it that way, right? Like, obviously you're not going to be like, shit, I'm depressed. I can't have the wedding I want. Like, you're just going to be like, I don't want a big wedding. Yeah. Like, it's the easiest way to go out of that, right? I think there are genuine people that are like, knowing your sister is such a minimalism person, at least from talking to her. And so are you actually. Like, you're very like simple and like I feel like you're super quality time. And I love that. And I think at the end of the day, it's like some people I don't think really care about those things. You know what I mean? Like, they care more about like spending time with the people they care about than like being in a room with a million people that they're never going to talk to again.
Right.
So I was at a wedding.
But I think so.
In Shrewsbury at the Shadowbrook.
Yeah.
Beautiful venue.
Yeah.
And it was an Indian wedding, and they maxed out the place. It was like 600 people.
Wow.
Oh my God, I believe it.
Size for an Indian wedding, because I remember when I went to another one, they're like, "Oh, it's a small wedding. It's 300 people." I'm like, "We're gonna talk about what the word small means later on." But they were.
Is it similar? Like, is there open bar at these things too?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a expensive
wedding. Don't Indian weddings, aren't they like, they go like legit like 24 hours?
No, it's so there's a.
Or you come back.
For me, like what I've seen is Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday morning. Now, chances are, if you're just like a general, like, like them, you're not invited to every night,
Got it.
But if you're close, you're a family, and you're close friends with them, you're there every night, every day. And then the one thing I can't stand is that it's usually Saturday morning wedding, a couple hours, there's like a little bit of a break, and then there's a reception. And you're like, what am I doing for those couple hours? Like, you're going to go change. But if you're not staying at the hotel.
It's tough. That's
like,
really tough.
Like, so you're kind of like forced into like buying a room if you're not close. Imagine like, you live down here and it's at
Edison.
The Sheraton Parsippany, Like, there's a lot of Indian weddings at the Sheraton Parsippany.
Yep.
For some odd reason.
Yeah.
But you're down there, it's an hour and a half,
Yeah.
So, and then like, you ever like, you're there at like 7, 8 a.m. in the morning and you're leaving at like 2. If I got home after that, like even if I live like 20 minutes away, I got home after that, I don't know if I'm getting back up.
No, true.
Like, especially like for you, like if you have 3 kids with you and all that, you're like,
no, heck to the no. That's the day we're tossing the kids to the grandparents. See ya.
I think that's my favorite thing about like American weddings is that it goes the ceremony's long for Indian weddings. It's a few hours.
Wow.
And I still don't think I've made it through one full one without stepping out. I don't know how I'm going to do it one day,
dude.
But like that's what I love about American weddings. They're like 15 minutes.
Wow.
And then you go right to cocktail hour.
Yep. It's the best. It's the best. It really is. And we got married at Addison Park, and the one thing that was cool is like we got married in church, and then went to Addison Park after. And I forget the guy's called. What's the dude that follows you around all night?
the planner coordinator.
I don't know. It's a fancy name.
Not your
Maitre d'.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he just knew. He knew. I was like, yo, I was sipping on Jack and Cokes, and I was like, if you see this halfway, get the other one fired up. I go, I don't want to. If I'm walking like this and I see ice, I'm like, we're gonna have a problem. And so that's why like, at the end of that wedding, like I remember being like, because one of Jacqueline's friends is Indian, and she was just like, yo, like imagine doing this for 2 more nights. And I was like, yo, I wouldn't drink. You can't. Like, have 1 or 2, but like, there's no way you could get, like, how are you getting hungover and doing it again for 2 days straight?
Oh,
yeah.
Unless you're like 21 or like Megan's age.
There's a Sunday. There's a day after the wedding. If you're on the groom side, there's a day after the wedding where they welcome like the bride into like her new home. Anytime I've ever been on that side, everyone's dead. Like everyone's laying there, like laying back.
Dude,
like,
please. I need to be invited to your wedding. I want to watch how miserable you are.
John,
at the aftermath of this, could you just imagine Shiv that last Sunday? Everyone get the F out.
The fact that John thinks we're not good enough friends yet, that he has to ask for an invite, like hurts me a little.
Well,
no, I'm saying because
you're approaching like wedding party,
dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm saying like but what you just said, like if you're not in the wedding party, you're not gonna be there at those days. Yeah. So I gotta muster up my own energy just to watch how miserable you're gonna be the last few days when people are getting walked into the house. That's crazy.
It's and you're paying money too, because like it's weird. It's like a weird little tradition. Like all your cousins, like your girl cousins, are like blocking the door, so you got to pay them to let your wife in the door. And I'm like,
what?
Really?
Yeah.
Megan's like, damn.
No, there's like a lot of cool traditions involved. Like during the actual wedding, you're supposed to, because you're barefoot when you step onto the podium, and it's the sandals that you're wearing.
Yeah.
If the bride side can steal your sandals, you have to
can steal.
Yeah, like because like the groomsmen have to hide them, and the bridesmaids have to steal them. But like at the end of the day, it's like one of those things where it's like they're playing with your kids. You have to like at the end of the day like give it to them.
Yeah,
you know, like it has to happen, and you have to pay the bridesmaids.
How much you paying?
People they're talking about like sometimes like $100 a head.
Wow.
To get the sandals back?
Yeah.
Those better be some Gucci's.
That or you're walking out barefoot.
Right. Damn. See, this is all the reason why Rob wants to get married so bad.
We need the Rob cam.
By the way, we need Rob cam. By the way, all right, we have to move on. Do we have any more topics, or
we're good.
Fried?
We're good.
All right, but the one thing I have to say though is I have, so I'm an ordained minister because I got asked to marry people 2 times. I got one.
Put that in your email signature.
Their spouse enough to do that.
One couple is divorced. I will say, one couple is divorced. One's still thriving. Okay.
Did he marry you guys?
Mm-mm.
No, I did not. I did not. but I did. I remember finding out and like, yo, like I try to take my responsibility seriously, right? So like when I found out the one couple was getting divorced, like shit, dude, like I gotta.
You're like I messed up.
No, I was like, what, like, do I gotta like put on like an outfit and go like try to talk to these two? Like, what the hell's going on here?
You know, you're not actually a minister, right?
I know, but you know, it's like when you're up there, you got that responsibility, man. You know. So either way, but anyway,
John was probably sitting in his sauna for like a week, pissed.
Dude, honestly, I don't know. It's one of these things where it's like, you know, when you look at all the stuff we're talking about, right? And like, I saw your wedding that you were just at recently, and just looking at like also like the vanity aspects of a wedding, right? Like. Seeing what you were doing, I saw you on a boat at one point, like, you know, take a quick video on a boat. Then I saw you obviously, you know, with the wedding partying and stuff. And I feel like when you think about social media, like in general, like obviously my whole thing is like, I think we're witnessing the like death of social media slowly. And it's like the things like the wedding you were just at, I think are like the things that are keeping social media on by a thread. Because realistically, it's like, oh, you know, Shiv is going to be in Florida at a wedding. And it's like, all right, cool. What's he up to? And then you see Shiv on a boat and you're like, dude, Shiv can't swim.
That is actually true. That is true.
You can't swim?
You can't
I cannot swim.
Matt,
can you swim?
Of course I can
Kidding.
swim.
Rob, can you
Shiv,
swim?
you can't swim?
I cannot swim. I hate the water.
All right, the next rise and grind.
We're going to your pool.
We're jumping in my pool. And we're gonna have a Shiv.
We're
swim
doing
lesson.
it. That would be
Like,
hilarious. No, we're doing this with the little adapting social logos on the floaty.
I was a lifeguard, Shiv, so don't worry. If you drown, I can save you. But
if you drown, I can save you.
Not proactively.
But you know what's scary about that though? Because now that I think about that, I thought because I saw you. That's the first thought in my head. I go, Shiv's on a boat. I go, can Shiv swim? Right. The first thought I thought. But if a boat, see, like that's got to be terrifying. Because like, for instance, like if you're in a boat, like anytime, obviously, like I'm a captain, right? But like if I didn't know how to swim and I'm on a boat, like I'd be like, shit. If this boat sinks, I'm dead.
Do you know how to like
doggy paddle?
Yeah.
It's been a very long time since I've stepped in a pool.
Wow.
You're stepping in my pool.
We're talking about, it might be almost 20 years since I stepped into like a pool.
Dude. So remember boat night initiations? So you got lucky I don't have my boat anymore. But what we would do is we would go out to 60 feet of water.
I feel like this all needs to be believed.
Yep. And people, listen, Shiv. Shiv. We'd go out to 60 feet of water, okay, in the ocean.
It was 1 mile out.
1 mile out by the 1 mile buoy. And anybody who was new on the boat had to jump out in the middle of the ocean. But I have a depth finder, so we have to wait to get to 60 feet, and then you jumped out into the ocean.
Yeah, no thanks.
Shiv, we're doing that this year.
We are absolutely not doing that this
year. Could you imagine? He just sinks. He's like, oh, wait. Boom.
I'd rather skydive off a plane than do that.
Oh, God.
At least there's a parachute.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you guys ever watch Friends?
Yeah,
of course. That doesn't make you'd rather jump out of a plane.
Yes.
Then jump into the water. You don't even hit the bottom of the 60 feet. You might go like 5, like however far you jump.
No, but he might, because he doesn't swim. He might just be like this. He might just like be falling and not understand the way to...
Swim lessons by Adapting Social.
Does Adapting Social have like a pool company or a swim company on
We sure do.
Books?
Sure do.
We should probably reach out to them.
They're in North Carolina though.
That won't really work.
That's not gonna work.
But you ever watch like Friends, and then Ross is complaining about Rachel being mean on the boat, like when she was mean to Joey, and she goes, "You wore 2 life jackets." He goes, "You have to respect the sea."
That's you.
Yeah,
that was you in Miami.
That's me in Miami. I'm like this.
Did you have one on?
No.
The whole time he had one on.
He was just terrified. I believe he didn't have one on, but I believe the whole time he was just like, well, get me to dry land.
I was not
he had the death grip on.
I was not anywhere near the railing.
What kind of boat was it? It looked like a smaller boat, right? It wasn't a big boat.
No, it had 2 floors.
Oh shit! Okay,
yeah.
Wow. It looked like you were on like a what do you call it? A bow rider.
That was cool. No, it was like a little top, and then
yeah,
I think that's considered a yacht technically.
Yeah, if it has 2, then yeah, I would assume.
It was funny though. I have a friend who married into a family that has a boat, and they call it a yacht, and she goes, "It's only 35 feet. It's not a yacht." And I'm like, "That's a pretty big boat."
You know, technically, after 30 feet, it's considered a yacht by the maritime stuff.
Doesn't John look like someone who knows everything about boats though? Like John seems like
I know how to drive one though. Definitely could drive one.
You learned a lot when you had your boat.
Yeah.
You learned did learn a lot.
Yeah, my first boat was a single engine, and if you have a single engine boat, that's the hardest boat to drive, because like what you don't understand is like it's not like driving a car. Like if you want to go straight and backwards, you have the current going left, right, or up, down, whatever. So you're fighting the currents. And so like when I had the first boat, I never put any of that math together. I was just like, sweet, like let's go. And I think that's the best part. Like when you're doing something new, I think it's really important that you are a little bit foolish. And because like when you're doing that, like I remember Vito, God rest his soul, he used to own the marina that was at. And so he taught me how to drive a boat a couple times on a single engine too. And he kind of like put me at ease, because he's like, John, he goes, if you go slow, no matter what, you'll be fine. If you bump into a boat slow, it's gonna be okay, right? If you whatever, but he's like, he's the one who taught me that saying. He's like, a good captain never learns shit at the dock.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get out there. And he goes, and that's why you have insurance. So, like any normal captain, I went to F Cove my first time, and I banged into a bunch of boats. My very first time. So, but anyway, but with that said, though, I think like those boats are so hard to learn to drive on, and it's like once you get like a bigger boat that has more engines and more of that stuff built into it, the tech, it's actually easier to drive a boat. And so like that's why it was funny you said that, because my last boat was a 35-footer, and this guy who I knew had a 60-footer, and he goes, my boat is easier to maneuver than yours. And I was like, how is that fucking possible? But I was using the engines against each other to like maneuver away. and like they call it crab walk, going side to side. He has a bow thruster, so like he grabs a button and goes this way, and the whole boat goes this way, and like wherever you want it to. He's like, so on the bigger boats and more tech, you have all this stuff. There's actually a thing now, which is really cool, that's called a Seakeeper. So when you're out at sea and it's super like bad storms, it's for fishermen mainly. Literally, the boat is flat.
Really?
There's stabilizers in the boat that counterbalance the weight.
Interesting.
So that like no matter how crazy pretty much the sea is, you're sitting here on flat.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
That's impressive.
Wild.
Yeah, that thing alone, I think it's like $160,000
I believe
or more.
it.
And you don't really think about all that. Like, you know, as someone who doesn't really go on boats and stuff like that, you don't think about that, you know?
Right.
You don't think about the currents and all that because you're thinking, oh, the engine's strong enough to just, or the motor's strong enough to just go.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking about that at all.
No. And there's a lot of stuff that happens. But this was a very, very different Rise and Grind.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about weddings. We talked about Shiv can't swim.
Talked about Kanye.
Go to Shiv's
We
camp.
talked about Rob believing it's 5 o'clock everywhere.
Rob's a flat earther. and then people are spending less on weddings and rings. So it's interesting. I'm curious if you see this. I'm curious on your thoughts. If you already got married, would you take it back and would you keep the money for the wedding and the ring? And if you hadn't gotten married yet, are you in that boat or in that camp of you would rather experiences or keeping the money versus getting the ring and the wedding?
But all that to say,
So as the only person on this panel that isn't married, which is like terrible considering that.
No, you and Rob aren't.
John's married, and I'm like, wow, I'm not. Wow. No, but
John's been married.
I know. John's been married longer than I've been out of college.
Pretty
Just
much.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
2017, you said?
No, I got engaged in 2015.
I was a junior in college.
Yeah, we got engaged 2015.
I grew up in that big Indian setting.
Yeah.
But like, I think I'd rather elope. And maybe that's just like the finance guy in me, but like what I can do with that money.
Right.
And turn it into like a bunch of nice vacations later on, or like, something like that.
Yeah.
And like, maybe I shouldn't think of it from an income producing like thing, but like, and maybe it's because I'm not dating anyone or anything like that. So like, maybe it's not that thought. Yeah.
Right.
But maybe that thought changes. But right now, I'm like, you can go get married anywhere.
Right.
My best friend got married at Baha Mar. Went there for a week. It was $300 for that, I think, for them to go down on the beach at Baha Mar and get married.
Well, Baha Mar's fire, by the way.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
I love Baha Mar. All right, y'all. Before Shiv starts talking again, we're gonna wrap this one up. Happy Monday, guys. Crush your week. We'll see you back on Thursday.